Hello, Assalamu alaikum, dear learners of English literature. Today I am in front of you to clarify Thomas Stern Eliot's theory of disassociation of sensibility. We know Thomas Stern Eliot as a great modern poet as well as critic. He has first referred the theory of disassociation of sensibility in his great literary critical work named The Metaphysical Traits. So let's first see how Eliot has described the theory of disassociation of sensibility. So if we see the term disassociation of sensibility, this term comprises of mainly two words. One is disassociation, which means separation or detachment, and the other is sensibility, which stands for emotion or feeling. So detachment or separation of emotion or feeling from any poetical work is called disassociation of sensibility. On the other hand, T.S. Eliot further clarifies another term. It's called unification of sensibility. And unification of sensibility means attachment or fusion. On the other hand, sensibility means undoubtedly emotion or feeling. So fusion of or emotion or feeling and thought in any political work is called unification of sensibility. Here, Eliot has emphasized on the term to be exposed because he wanted to uh, highlight the metaphysical poet's worth and dignity. In fact, their distinction in regard of their writing. So later, T.S. Eliot has shown the differences between the intellectual poets as well as reflective poets. So according to him, intellectual poets are those who are also called metaphysical poets, and these metaphysical poets actually very wonderfully blended human thoughts and emotion or feeling in their writing. On the other hand, the reflective poets, they only focused on ideas or thought, but uh, they cannot be successful in blending thought and emotion or feeling in their writing. But in expressing their thoughts or ideas, they have used well refined and sophisticated language, in fact, expression in their writing. Then T.S. Eliot says about the distinction of language and feeling in regard of writing, and as well as the importance of its fusion. Uh, Here, T.S. Eliot says that the one group of poets, named metaphysical poets, they really fused both, in fact, feelings and as well as language, in fact, thought in their writing. On the other hand, a group of poets who are called reflective poets, they only prioritized on language or expression, and thus their poetry becomes one-sided. In fact, uh, T.S. Eliot supported the fusion of thought as well as emotion or feeling in regard of writing of poetry. So, according to him, that the reflective poets, they can only think, but they cannot actually feel the subject matter of poetry. On the other hand, the metaphysical poets, they can think as well as they can feel the subject matter of their poems. So here, actually, T.S. Eliot appreciated the metaphysical faiths. So finally, criticism of metaphysical, T.S. Eliot's conception of this association of sensibility. There's no doubt that T.S. Eliot was highly appreciated by the contemporary authors as well as uh, critics, but his theory of disassociation of sensibility also harshly criticized some of the critics and notable literary figures. As one of the American professor and critic named Clint Brook, he said that metaphysical the theory of disassociation of sensibility started from the time of Hobbes, English thinker, and as well as the other English thinker named L.C. Knight. According to him, that disassociation of sensibility started from the very back. Actually, it started from the time of Francis Bacon, an English thinker, philosopher, as well as a prose writer in the Renaissance of the Renaissance period. And the other notable English critic, editor, as well as professor named Frank Farmouth. According to him, that Eliot's conception of disassociation of sensibility is illogical. According to Eliot, that it is only started in the age of metaphysical affairs, but to Farmouth, it started or it existed in the other ages in the past. And according to him, we all have nostalgic past. Actually, we know there is a term that old is gold. So perhaps Eliot also influenced by the past, and so he partially given his judgment that only the metaphysical poets they used or they blended thought and emotional feeling in their writings, but the other poets of other ages they couldn't do that. But according to Farmouth, that the poets of the other ages might use or blend emotion, feeling as well as thought in their poetical writing. So thus T.S. Eliot was also harshly criticized. But at the end, uh, T.S. Eliot gets his lies here that he was able to invent a theory that is called disassociation of sensibility, and that term really added extra dimension in the field of literary criticism at the time. And here the greatness lies as a critic of T.S. Eliot. Thank you, Learned.